Hi there, my name's Theo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And for my first video, I thought I would show you how to remove and to resurface scratched CDs. Now, as we all know, there's many different repair videos for fixing scratches and CDs online. But sadly, without putting any of them down, I found them to be very ineffective. So I thought I'd show you my method. Now also, we've all seen out there that there's professional disc resurfacing machines where you put the disc in and it polishes it and it comes out brand new. And I actually used to do that. I used to use them a lot, but found that the consumables were extremely high, and also the fact that they cost anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. So with a little bit of study and science, I'll show you how I do it. Now, it may look a little bit unusual, I guess would be a proper way of putting it, but it works beautiful. Now, I have had certain discs that you can't get it 100% perfect, but you can get them pretty close, about 90 to 95% perfect in worst case scenarios, but oftentimes you'll be able to restore them 100%. So, with that being said, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be cleaning my old Jock Rock CD. And I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's scratched, it's very dirty, and this will be it skips, it's a mess. So, the products I used, this is my 6-inch bench grinder. This is the key to restoring your scratched CDs. And the polishing wheel I have on here is you can get it at any hardware store. It's very soft. But the key to this is you want one that is really soft, but you also want to not use a brand new one, because if you won't get as good results. This one, you get good results because it's soft. Now, when I first started doing this, I was using a 3-step plastic polish called Novus. It had a coarse, a medium, and then a fine polish. I liked it, it worked well, but it took too long. So instead, after experimenting with different compound, I found this stuff, which is simonized finishing glaze. This is inexpensive and it works really well. For those deeply scratched discs that look like they've been dragged across the concrete, I use turtle wax rubbing compound. This stuff is pretty darn harsh, so you really only want to use this in a worst case scenario. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I like to do is, this is just an eyeglass cleaner that you get from Walmart or wherever. And I just like to spray it. And this is just to get the grime off. So you want to get a nice soft microfiber cloth. And don't be afraid to really rub them down. They're actually pretty durable. So that gets most of the grime off. Now we got the scratches. So, take your compound, your scratch remover, and all you don't need a lot, just a little bit. And now one key to this is you want to do this while it's wet. You don't want it to dry. It just makes a mess when it's dry, and it helps with polishing the surface. So you just want to rub it in. Now the way I do this is it's a lot of feel and how much pressure to apply, and also I feel the warmth on the disc. So here we go. Okay, so the hard part is already over, so you can see how fast that was. Now what I like to do is where the center spindle is, you get a little bit of residue. I like to clean that up, and I usually will use another shot of the spray just to help remove any residue, because you do not want that going into your CD or DVD player. It will ruin the laser, and you don't want that. Let's get that all nice and clean. So now what I like to do is I like to flip it over and I like to polish the artwork side. Now this is, you want to be very careful with this. Don't put a lot of pressure. This is just a very light clean. So here we go. Okay, so that looks really good. So now what I do is I flip it back over, because you're going to get fingerprints as you just did that. And I do a very light, very light surface buff. I'm not grinding into it or anything. This is just a nice polish. Okay, so as you can see, that's taken a really ugly disc and making it pretty much pristine again. So some key things I want to mention here. It may not always work 100%, but you can get them 95% close, even in the worst case scenarios, but most time you'll be able to restore them. One thing to keep in mind, if you're going to be doing this, I really recommend you try it on some old discs at first, because you're probably going to break some if you don't know it down pat. Also, do not use rubbing compound unless you absolutely need to. You have to use different buffing wheels, this whole process. So that's basically it. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and there will be more content coming soon. Thanks.